future generations. It's important to introduce tradition to the youth to develop strong personal interest. Young people nowadays are benefited with educational programs, career development opportunities, and positive perspectives of the country and their home communities. As one person stated, this trip allowed me to work with like-minded people to push for something we all felt passionate for. Source Youth Push. National parks should be close to urban communities and cities to keep and enforce historic value and a purifying scene amidst all the modernized industry. The people and their social norms may change, but the government remains with the same conventional eyes. The United States national parks don't need government guidance, nor do they receive it. They actually need an $18.5 million need, which is not met from the government. If the parks weren't economically dependent on the government, they would be doing much better and is more stable. Making partnerships with companies and researchers could gain parks some revenue by private providers to take on some of the financial responsibilities, thereby relieving taxpayers of much of the cost. The hard-working national parks women and men need some extra hands. They've got enough on their plates. Companies and businesses could invest in hotels. Researchers can spend their time and money towards the parks and water geyser studies, tree saps analyzing, and more. With these partnerships, they can achieve more funding and knowledge. With more hands covering different park sectors, more work shall get done. Infrastructure. Bridges could be remodeled for safer travel. Restrooms can be more inviting and comfortable. Water and medical stations need to be up to code and full in stock. Communications department should be up and running, effective. Trails can be reconstructed and more recognizable. Obstacles should be removed. And maps and signs should be more given. Guides and staff on the premises would be more helpful as well. If not more attained land, then better prioritized areas are just as effective for the growth and popularity of national park borders. The more available known parks can be, like Theodore Roosevelt, more successful they would be. Buses and transportation systems can haul in more guests quicker time. Better traffic management can be an opening for jobs. Air travel can provide more sightseeing abilities, and the main focus is just to take advantage of every hour of the day. The number of tourists is 232 million, so with these methods, those numbers can rise, and we should get more out of those short hours of the day. More hours of visitation and service will encourage visitors by the more feasible and flexible hours. Longer hours mean people can enjoy more, and time is money, so this is just might make the national parks earn more so that taxpayers may not have to spend more. Americans are involved with the national parks and they don't even know it. Quote, Utah taxpayers pay $2.4 million in operating costs for 43 state parks. This could be relieved by partnerships with some private sector providers. Source by La Fortune. It's crucial for the people to understand and be excited about the national parks. Quote, when Americans lose their interest in the national parks again, they will become less willing to pay for them. Source Huggins. Better management of money can be an example of to the future generations of what they can do that could work. Children, young adults, and full grown-ups need direction, objectives, and preparation with background knowledge to be able to achieve anything. Directions to point out a subject, objectives where people can understand and set up a problem and solutions, and preparation of understanding what works and doesn't work. Dealing with the good and bad outcomes of our actions towards the park regions can best be seen in the caretaking ideology of reducing, reusing, and recycling. These three steps are easy, free, and take minimal effort. Also, inventions like bamboo and plant-based utensils are another step to fight the plastic war on plastics. Interest, determination, education, creativity, and care of the earth and its inhabitants will continue the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt's national park system for a more organized and educated future. In conclusion, North America was a gift bestowed to the Europeans. Ambition and an abrupt Western expansion brought upon the Industrial Revolution. Pollution harmed resources and wildlife. Theodore Roosevelt was an impactful president of a sturdy and inspiring background. He pursued conservation and preservation. Communities were gaining and losing from tourism. Private and federal lands had disputes against the American Antiquities Act of 1906, government versus states and the citizens, beneficial partnerships, taxpayers and infrastructure, innovative thinking, and working hard to prepare future generations. And now these are just the slides of my research. Thank you.